Alright guys, MTech Guy here. Now then, are you getting a burning smell from your BMW? Well, that's not good, and it can be a bit of a worry, but not to worry because you've come to the right place today. We're going to run through some of the common areas where you might be getting a burning smell from your BMW, what are the common causes of these smells, and how to rectify them. Let's get into it. Okay, so inside the car here, first off we need to identify what kind of burning smell is it? Is it an oily burning smell? Is it a rubber burning smell? Does it smell like burning plastic? So we'll start off with the rubber burning smell. Alright, so the most common area that's going to give off the rubber burning smell is the auxiliary drive belt system at the front of the engine here. Now it could be the belt itself failing, which they do over time. They're made of rubber, they deteriorate, they crack, they get worn. And then in addition to the belt itself, of course you've got a drive belt tensioner there. They can become weak over time, especially the hydraulic ones. Over a lot of miles and many years, they may start backing off. They may lose their efficiency of tensioning the belt properly. And of course, you've got the idler pulleys as well. The bearings can give out in them over time. So it just could be wear and tear on the belt itself, or it could be the associated components having a knock-on effect on the belt. Now, sometimes you can just get away with replacing the belt, but if you've got a few miles on the clock and a few years behind the engine, it is worth getting stuck in, replacing the belt, the idler pulleys and the tensioner itself, and that's going to be cheap insurance for many years to come. Now next up, are you experiencing an oil burning smell? Now normally when this problem does rear its ugly head, you'll often notice it, especially when the car's been sat overnight. You fire it up and you'll smell that burning smell coming through the vents here, usually for the first few minutes of driving, and then it seems to go away for a while. And then same again, once you've packed the car up, you come back to it, you fire it up, you'll experience exactly the same problem again. Now 9 times out of 10, it'll be an oil leak coming from the top of the engine, from the valve cover gasket here. Now BMW engines seem to love to leak oil from the valve cover gasket over a certain period of time, and normally it can be easily identified, with most of the engines being a straight 6, they're sort of slanted this way, and you'll end up with the engine oil just sort of pooling down the edge of the engine here. And what happens is it gets on top of the exhaust manifolds there, and it'll pool over time. It'll seep through the gasket when the vehicle's parked up, and then of course when you crank the vehicle over, start it up, it's going to start boiling off that engine oil that's sitting on top of the exhaust manifold, and then that's eventually going to find its way through the vents into the cab of the car, and that's where you're getting that oil burning smell from. So super easy fix, chuck a new valve cover gasket in there and you'll be good to go. And with these burning spells, it's not always necessarily the case that you identify them while you're sat in the cab of the vehicle. Sometimes you might notice a burning smell coming from outside the vehicle, especially a plastic burning smell. And what this can often be is something that's got lodged, that's got caught on the exhaust itself, especially a plastic bag. You'll be surprised how common this actually is. It'll smell bloody awful. You'll get that horrible plastic burning smell. So if you do experience this issue, it is worth just sticking your head under the car and having a good look at the exhaust itself and make sure nothing's got caught under there. Now another source, another area of concern that may be causing that plastic burning smell, especially if you experience it inside the cab of the car here, is it could be the blower motor failing. Now this isn't an easy one to diagnose, but it's not uncommon, and it's a bit of a pain to resolve the issue because in most cases it's a dash out job. Chuck a new blower motor in there and then it's all sorted. Not a 5-minute job and not easy to diagnose. And then last but not least, it could be coming somewhere from the wiring harness throughout the car. So this could be anywhere from the front to the rear of the car. Not that common, but it does happen, and if it does happen, it can be very hard to diagnose, and normally it's associated with a few electrical gremlins. You'll see a few issues here and there. Could be due to water damage, could be due to rodents getting in and around the car. So it is something to consider if you are getting that plasticky electrical burning smell inside the cab of the car. Alright guys, so there we have it. Hope this video gives you guys a bit of direction if you are experiencing a burning smell with your BMW. If you found the video interesting or useful, don't forget to give it a like, and make sure you go and check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more BMW DIY content. I'm MTech Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.